Who joins the viewers at the end of this story? A man who once lived quietly, unnoticed, in a small town, a man who changed a life, and had his own life changed forever. This is a story about kindness, fate, and the power of seeing someone when they feel invisible. The rain came down like it had a vendetta against the earth. Thick, heavy sheets drenched the winding country roads, and the sky, swollen with thunder, grumbled like a warning. No one in their right mind would have been out there. But Jack was. He was a mechanic by trade, with oil-stained hands and a soul that had seen a few too many goodbyes. Life had slowed down to a crawl for him since his wife passed 3 years ago. Fixing cars paid the bills. Fishing alone filled the empty weekends. That was it. Nothing surprising ever happened anymore. Until that day. As his beat-up truck chugged up the hill, windshield wipers barely keeping pace with the downpour, he saw her. A girl, barely more than a shadow. Stood by the side of the road, soaked through, thumb out, clutching a backpack so tightly it looked like it held the last pieces of her life. Jack's foot tapped the brake before his brain even finished debating it. He wasn't the kind to leave someone stranded, especially not in weather like this. She hesitated before opening the passenger door, eyes scanning his face like she expected something bad. Her clothes were expensive but crumpled, like they'd been slept in. Her hair was a tangled mess, plastered to her face, and mascara streaked down her cheeks like she'd given up on appearances hours ago. "Need a ride?" Jack asked. She nodded, silent, then slid in without a word. They drove in silence for miles. Jack respected it. He'd learned long ago that some people just needed space before they could speak. He offered her a towel, which she accepted with shaking hands. Her fingers, though delicate, bore tiny cuts, like she'd climbed fences or scrambled over something sharp. Not the kind of hands you'd expect on someone wearing a designer coat. "You got a name?" he asked, eventually. "Anna," she replied. "Just Anna. No last name." He nodded. "Jack." Another mile passed. "Where you headed, Anna?" "Anywhere but here." Jack didn't push. He offered her dry clothes when they got to his place, a small house tucked away behind his shop. She accepted, then disappeared into the bathroom for almost an hour. When she finally came out, she looked like a different person, calmer, less afraid. Over the next few days, Anna stayed in Jack's spare room. Said she'd help him around the shop in exchange. She wasn't half bad at it either. Learned fast. Had a mind for engines despite never having touched one before. Something about her made Jack pay attention, how she asked too many questions for someone just passing through. How she flinched at every unexpected sound. How she stared at his bookshelf like it held the answers to the universe. But Jack never asked. He just let her be. Gave her what he had, food, warmth, safety. Until the day the black SUV pulled into town. 2 men in suits. Flashy watches. Pictures of Anna printed on a glossy sheet. "Have you seen this girl?" Jack took the photo, stared at it a moment, then handed it back. "Can't say I have." The men were polite. Too polite. The kind of polite that makes your skin crawl. They left, but Jack knew they'd be back. That night, he found Anna in the garage, sitting on the floor beside an old motorcycle, tears staining her cheeks. "They're here for you, aren't they?" he asked softly. She nodded. "They're not police. Not family." "No," she whispered. "Worse. They work for my father. And the dam broke." Anna was Anna Whitmore, heiress to the Whitmore fortune, only daughter of industrial tycoon Charles Whitmore. Her face had been on tabloids since she was 12. Her life had been a curated prison wrapped in diamonds and control. The last straw had been the engagement. To a man picked by her father to merge 2 empires. She hadn't wanted it. Hadn't wanted any of it. So she'd run. Jack listened. Didn't judge. Just made coffee, sat beside her, and said the only thing that mattered, you're safe here. For as long as you need. But safety never lasts long when you're worth billions. Over the next 2 weeks, Jack taught Anna how to rebuild an engine. She taught him how to cook more than beans and toast. She laughed again. He smiled again. They were from different worlds, but the silence between them was never empty, it was peaceful. Healing. One morning, Jack found a letter on the table. No note. Just a check, one he didn't dare look at the number on, and a small silver locket with a photo of her mother inside. Anna was gone. Jack spent the next 6 months wondering if she was real. The shop felt emptier. Lonelier. He thought he'd seen a ghost, until the day the letter arrived. No return address. Just his name. Inside was a photograph. Anna standing at the head of a press conference, chin held high, declaring she'd turned down the inheritance. Chosen to start a foundation for runaway youth. Her words in the article echoed in his ears. I ran away because I had no one to trust. But someone, a stranger, showed me that kindness doesn't come with conditions. He gave me nothing but a couch and respect. That changed everything. She ended the letter with, come visit me sometime. I owe you a ride. So who joins us at the end of this story? Jack does. He's standing in front of a gleaming new building, the Anna Whitmore Center for Lost Youth. His name is on the wall too, just below hers. He offered a ride to a girl in the rain, not knowing she was a runaway heiress worth billions. And she gave him back something worth even more, purpose, hope, and proof that even a single act of kindness can change the course of a life. Maybe even 2.